Well, give it a Scylla again. I'm not interested. I don't want it. Oh, what a night last night. I went out last night. My mate's Green Day. You know Green Day, the band? I was there. Apparently they're hip with young people who ain't bought any records for 5 years. and then I've had a very heartrending time with Mia Farrow. She phoned me up, you know, it's all over now with Woody. I've tried my best to broker an agreement, but it's all over. And she started copping off with Richard Gere out of An Officer and a Gentleman, but don't want to marry him, obviously, because then she'd be Mia Gere, right? And my mate Keith, though, his sister, she's in Baywatch, right? And he wants me to meet her, my mate Keith Bleef, right? I'll tell you what you've got, right? This is the option that you've got. If you've got a young lady, let's say you've got a young lady. Hey, these are enlightened times. You might have a young gentleman, whatever. Right? Now, say you want her to perform a certain task. I don't know what it might be. Could be anything from polishing to fellatio. I don't know. But if you want to, well, you buy her some Chanel No. 6, eh? How much is that going to knock you back? You buy her some Xanadu. You buy her some Charlie, right? Much better idea. 30 pence, buy her that, sprinkle that on. Look at that. There you go. Oi, do as I say. That's perfect. That's never going to fail, that. I've been involved in some brands, in designing a new brand. I think we're grown up. We're mature enough to talk about female hygiene, ladies' problems, yeah? Oh, you know what it's like. I remember when I was at school, terrible. You used to have the belt with the loop and the all... I used to hate that. I was glad to see the back of that. But now it's become much more sophisticated. All right, they've got wings. That was the new technology. And the little one with the hole in and the ultra-absorbent. Very, very good. No, please, if you giggle, it shows you're immature, all right? And I've developed this new product. And what it is, you pop this in your pants, and it attracts any liquid, anything... And by the way, guys who make the adverts, the liquid ain't blue, right? Sorry. But it attracts that, and it's all pulled towards that, so there's no spillage. There you go, and that's them, look. Period magnets. I think that's a winner. I just do. I'll tell you a problem that I have, right? This is a problem that I have in my house. Welsh people come round, right? And somehow, I don't know, they're getting past the Doberman, they're giving it dodgy meat. Although where Welsh people are getting meat, I can't think, right? And they come round and they scuttle around and they look in my bathroom and they catch sight of me naked, right? So what I've done is I bought this, right? And you attach all these different things together, right? And you just put them, they go in front of you like that, so that they can't see you, you know, see all of you. That's that there, look. So let's have a look what we got in here, look. Oh, have a look at some wines. I've got a selection of wines here. And oh, these are kumquats here. You've probably never seen them before, have you, poor people? You're sitting there thinking, all you poor people are going, oh, look at them lemons, they're a bit small, aren't they? No, that's a kumquat. And I keep that because I'm going to a school reunion, and that was my geography teacher. Kumquat was my geography teacher. I think there was a lime that taught history, and a kiwi fruit did geography. But there's just some wines. That's what I was going to show you, some wines. This is a very nice wine to go with chicken, especially if you've got John Nettles round. There you go, Bergerac. Say you got one of them Catholic women who like a good time, you know, a little bit saucy, and you have that there, look. That's nice, blue one. But if you're having beef, I would certainly recommend a bottle of that BSE one. Right, let's have a look at the dumbwaiter. Let's go to the dumbwaiter. Let's see what's in the dumbwaiter. Let's see what my family's got here. Oh, I don't understand. What the hell is this? Right, what's that? That's a loofah, isn't it? Isn't that a loofah for your pot? It's a loofah. And this is some kind of car, lorry, van. It's a little van. And, oh, what a piece of rubbish that is. Look at that. Emma entertains. That. Emma Fawn's book of parties, feast, get. Well, that's obviously rubbish, isn't it? That's obviously. I don't know what she's going to do with that. Well, my family. Oh, I see. Yeah, very funny. Look. Luther Van Dross. Oh, worth a go, though, isn't it? Right, you're very lucky, obviously, to find me this time of night, because normally I'd be out and about. There were a couple of mates of mine used to be in that cop show in America, and David Soul, funny enough, he was over here recently. You know Martin Bell, who got in Parliament, the anti-sleaze, he's a mate of his. He was campaigning for him. But the other one, right, Paul Michael Glazer, I don't know, whatever, it never really went so well for him after the programme finished. And he's down here. He's all right, he's got a little business, but it's not like the bright lights of, you know. Here you go, right, I was going to play you some... Damn you, woman! That cleaner. I really am going to sling her out. Honestly. Now, look what she's done here, look. She's left this just lying around here, look. I'll tell you what I've got this. I'll tell you why I've got this, because you know the boys out of Hanson? I was round and I was having a bit of fun with them, and you need that in case they're sick, obviously. And a blanket there to keep them warm, and obviously a box of tissues. You need that, wouldn't you? And a pillow here. I have a pillow in case they want to like scream. But I must get her to clear that. Basically, since they slung her out of EastEnders because she got too fat to work behind the bar, she's just gone right to pieces as my cleaner. Anyway, tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make you a television programme. This is a mate of mine that I used to know. This is when I moved into the glamorous world of television, obviously. Now, I mix with all these people, all the big stars, right? In the old days, when I used to live out in the rough bits, because I've lived in some rough places, right? I've lived in Toxteth, right? I've lived in Manchester, I've lived in South London, I lived in Shutdown for a while. No, Shutdown just outside Rotherhithe. Whoa! It's just a big, like, council estate, loads of drug pushers, really hard-looking kids and everything. But then, when I work in television, these are the kind of programmes I make. This is a friend of mine who's a hands-on healer. Right, have a look.
Now I travel the world teaching healing workshops, leading sacred journeys, and helping other people to heal. As I traveled, I found out that there were certain techniques that you can teach people in minutes that would help them to work with the sacred energy.
There you go. Can I just say as well, fine figure of a lad, isn't he? Well, I thought so anyway. Anyway, let's move on. This is what he does.
There are also other levels of hurt, anger, rage, and then there's a place called shutdown. And this is the most dangerous place of all.
Seriously, it is. Kids with razors, 9-year-old kids with razor blades. They want to send some kind of task force in there. Now, he does hands-on healing. Now, a lot of people think that's mumbo-jumbo. And it's when they meet, it's mumbo-jumbo. Oh, you're better. Oh, you had a headache. It's gone. No, what he does is scientific, all right? He went to the same school as me and he knows his science, all right? Have a look at this if you think it's baloney.
At the point in time where the person starts feeling again, the first emotion they feel is that rage. So what happens is they may say, hey, this isn't worth it. This doesn't feel good. I'm going back into shutdown. And what I've done is created a graph which explains this. And we're going to show that graph to you now. Then we can help the person in their healing process.
Right, see now it makes sense now, doesn't it? Shutdown, stroke, no emotion expressed, minus energy frozen over emotional barrier, plus rage, anger, hurt, disappointment, conditional, love, neutral, unconditional, divided by energy moving equals intensity of pain. Now that's in the national curriculum, that is. Right, if you're too stupid to understand that, right, which, I don't know, some of you look like you didn't go to school, right? Let's make it even simpler, right? It was an old technique that he picked up at our old alma mater. Look.
This lemon is going to be our teacher now, and I bet you will never forget it. What I want to talk about is the mind.
What, your mind or the mind of the rest of the normal people in the world? Now, here he goes now. Anyway, he's going to go inside now, and he's going to do some spiritual hand-on feeling, and you're going to be moved. You're going to be impressed. And the first thing he does is a prayer, right? And he used to say the same prayer as all of us, right? Our Father who art in heaven. But then he thought, oh, hang on, that's not quite politically correct. And now he does the big nonsense prayer.
Heavenly Mother, Father God, Spirit session guide us and direct us to do the best we can to help this person. Amen.
No, you don't know. What have you been saying all them years? Dear Father God, and you turn up and it's a bird. How stupid are you going to look? Anyway, see, he's going to get serious now. If you go to the doctors, the first thing they do, they wash their hands, they sterilise all the equipment, they make themselves ready, and that's pretty much what he's doing, just in his own way.
Okay, at this point, what I'm going to do is center and ground myself, bringing a ball of white light through the top of my head, all the way down through my body, and just imagine it blessing and cleansing all the energy centers in the body.
Watch his hands.
Going all the way into the
If you're just going to giggle, I'm not going to show
center of the earth, anchoring some of the energy there.
Right. Bring it
and
back
then bringing
now.
it back up to the bottom of my feet and out through my heart. And then the energy will come through my hands. And then what I'll do is rub my hands to activate it and say, Maggie, can I touch you lightly on your body? Thank you. Again, being very careful to make sure that the person is in agreement. And what I'm doing is just checking for hot and cold places.
Can I say something, ladies and gentlemen? No. Two things. Firstly, what he's doing is absolutely proper. Anyone in the medical profession will tell you that these days, if you're examining a lady on your own, you have to be very careful. You have to say, please, do you mind if I touch you? You can't just steam in there like in the old days. Same meeting a bird in a pub now. You can't just put your hand up a skirt. You've got to talk about dolphins, right? But, so he said, do you mind if I touch you? Right, so he is proper. Just one other thing to the ladies, right, especially some of the younger, less experienced. If you're ever in a position where you're lying down on your back and a fat bloke's going like that, you might want to think about calling a cab. But that's just a personal thing. Anyway, what's the next bit now?
Now that you've learned how to work with energy, let's do an actual healing session. One of the most important things to have for your healing session is a box of tissues, just in case people cry. Another good safety device to have is a wastebasket, just in case they get sick, so something doesn't get spilled all over the floor. Another item is a pillow. A pillow can be used to scream into, it can be used to punch or hit. It could also be used to squeeze, like a teddy bear. The other thing that is very handy to have is a blanket, just in case the person gets cold, which often happens in a healing session.
Yes, afterwards they're obviously sitting there going, that may well be cold. Anyway, now let's see the man in action now, because he is an absolutely wizard hands-on healer. So let's see him work. Come on.
The aura can be detected in a number of ways. So what I'd like to do right now is just do a very quick aura cleansing.
That's it. Clean it up. There you go.
And just
Because I have to say, as soon as I saw that woman, I thought, oh, her aura's a bit dirty. I didn't like to say anything, but he's obviously, he's cleaning it up now. She'll look great in a minute.
lose the energy around her body. And later on, what I'll do, after I finish working with her, is to smooth out this energy field. Now, Bedelia, are you feeling anything as I'm doing this?
Bit of an idiot. No, come on, let's get on with it.
The first chakra I'm going to work with, the chakras are the energy centers of the body.
Right.
And there's 7 energy centers. You've got the crown chakra, you've got the third eye, the throat chakra, communication, heart, love, compassion.
Just by the way, any medical students, it ain't actually there. It's more to the side, I think, but you'll pick that up in your studies, I think.
Solar plexus, self-image and self-esteem. Navel chakra, spleen chakra.
Now, there is another chakra, right? And yes, it is that chakra. And he's very helpful here, just in case there's any of you younger people aren't sure exactly where it is, all right?
It's about power. And the sexual area, which is about grounding and survival.
But my friend Anita Berg, she's been on the phone to me all day. She's in a terrible, terrible state of trauma. She's written the new biography of Alex Ferguson, Manchester United manager. And they printed off 500,000 copies. And she's just read they've had to all be recalled because of a spelling mistake right on the very front cover. Which is, there's the book there, look. Now, obviously, it should have said Celt, because he's Scottish. And here's another book. This is about a defining moment in most young men's lives, is when you get your first date with a real woman who's got her own flat. So you go out, go to the pictures, go for a drink, whatever, go and see Green Day if you're old-fashioned, right, and then come in, go back to her flat, and then about 11:30 you reach the defining moment where you say, well, if I don't leave now, I'll miss my last bus and I'll have to stay here for the night. And this is a book that brought back that night to me. That's there, look. Go, said the bird. Anyway, there you go. Painful moment, but I'm glad you found it amusing. Right, where are we now? Here we go. Here's another of them programs that I make, right? This is when the Americans call me up and say, oi, Millsy, we ain't got no one can make programs out here. Come and make one of our coppers program, our cops, all right? So I'll go out there and I'll follow around. These are a couple of the lads in the police force in the Americas on a pretty routine call for them.
Okay, we're en route to a call where a mother's called in that her son is naked in a garage and she's sort of narcotics right now.
Son is naked in the garage, thinks he might be under the influence of narcotics. Well, I think you get pretty good odds at William Hill on that. I should think he's had at least half a bottle of Lady Esquire up his nose. Go and get the naked man. Sorry. I just run something by you. If you weren't naked, this is what you wouldn't want to see him carrying, isn't it? Say that with me, just in case he needs shifting. Excuse me.
There's somebody in the back over there. Is he naked or what? I'll go on the backside over here.
That couple just say, I'll go around the backside. Hello. Here he is.
Come on out, man. Put your hands up.
Oh, by the way, they've now found him. Right, put your hands up. You're about to see not only a naked man, but also the most disobedient man in the entire world. Five coppers, all tooled up.
Put my hands up.
Put the knife down, man.
Put the knife
down. He's got a knife.
Put it down.
Put the knife down. Put the knife down. Now get down on your knees. Get down on your knees.
Get down on your knees.
Get down on your knees.
Or put your pants on.
John, get down on your knees. He's got a crowbar right here, too.
Actually, it's not a crowbar, officer, but... Hey, thank you for noticing. Right, and then they just beat the shit out of him, but you don't want to see that, right? Because, hey, that's just not as funny. We're going to go back to my mate now, who does the hands-on healing, right? And, you see, he's got two chances he's been given for big TV shows. He's with my production company. And they said, well, either do a hands-on healing show in the afternoon where we get celebrities on. I thought that would be nice. Kirsty Young could come on and heal her. Vanessa could come on and we could heal her. Judy, hey, could come on and we could heal. Or he can have his own gardening show. You know, like a la Monty Donnell and Titchmarsh. So we've done this. This is kind of a pilot where he could do either or, really.
Now what I'm going to do is start by clearing the crown chakra. The crown chakra is one of the most important chakras because it connects us with our higher self. And what I do is I imagine that it's a garden with leaves on the end and needs weeding. So I don't touch the center part yet. So what I do is I just imagine that I'm weeding the garden. I'm just pulling out any petals or any dead leaves or any negative energy that's there.
There you go, and I think with that we've cracked both possible alternatives there. There you go. Now let's see him at work now.
Then,
Oh, girls, that's a sexy sound, isn't it? Oh, I can see you sitting there thinking, oh, I can't wait to get my man home.
what I'll do is balance right and left brain. So I'm going to rub my hands together.
Good.
Next, what I'm going to do is balance the pituitary pineal, the third eye area.
Remember that one? There you go. Don't strangle her, Michael. Don't no, please. All balanced now.
And now I'll balance the heart.
Right.
Moving my hand down behind her heart and keeping it out from the body.
Right.
And when you're working with a woman, you have to make sure that your hands are appropriately placed.
Right, once again, very, very proper, okay? He told you about it before, he's telling you again, when you're working with a woman, you have to be very, very careful.
Some tingling in the chest area.
So you can feel some tingling in your chest area.
That would be
Great.
a heart attack then, I would imagine.
And now I'm going to move down to the solar plexus.
Right,
Again, moving my hand down and back
very careful.
as well as in front. And I'm just going to kneel down to make it easier for me.
That's a phrase I've heard before.
And now again. Going down to the spleen chakra, the next
Right.
one down. And this is about power. And now I'm going to go to the root chakra. And again, you have to be careful where you place your hand, because the energy can be so strong it can appear or feel like the person's actually being touched.
I'll just ask you girls to remember that on your way home. Sometimes the energy is so strong that it just appears or feels like you've been touched. Anyway, I've got to go. See you later.
I'm sorry, but what exactly are you doing?
I'm cleaning away all the dead leaves, my dear. Cleaning away all the debris, making the garden lovely and neat and tidy.
The garden's a complete mess.
Oh, well, no, you say that, but you see, you have got the tidiest chakra in this entire neighbourhood. You really have. It's lovely.
How do you think you're doing? How dare you?
So, did it appear that you'd been touched? Sometimes it does feel like you've been touched.